Hey TCC members, Adele here, Pilates instructor, personal trainer at the Claremont Club. And today I'm going to be taking you through a lower body mini band workout. So all you need is access to a mini band, and even if you don't have that, you can still do the entire workout without a band. The band will just add some added resistance, but you can do it without a band, not a big deal. So I am going to start by putting the band through the feet and above the knees. And you want to try to get the band flat. Sometimes it bunches up and it can be a little uncomfortable. So I'm going to start standing here. And for the first set, let me actually get my little clock here. We are going to do a timed set of a minute. So we're going to be doing a minute of squats. The band is going to add a little glute work, and it's going to force you to keep pressure into the band. So I'm going to go into a slight angle here. Feet are about shoulder distance apart, and starting now, you're just going to sit down into a squat and stand to the top. So a couple things to think about. Hips reach back as the torso leans forward slightly, and then also think of keeping the shoulders back. It's kind of a good reminder to have good posture throughout the exercise. We don't want to lean forward. We want to keep those shoulders throughout. So you're going to keep going here. And again, especially when you sit down into the band, think of keeping pressure out. That's when people tend to lose it. So we have about 20 seconds left here. I like to just keep my arms out in front and kind of create a little bit of a counterbalance here. You can even reach the arms forward if you want. Again, keeping pressure out into the band. Last one, and rest. So you can rest as little or as much as you need to. I'm going to go right into the next exercise. We're going to add a little bit more work onto that squat. So think about doing the same thing. I'm going to turn the other way on this one. We're going to sit down into a squat. When you stand, you're going to balance on one foot and kick the leg out. So we're emphasizing a little bit of glute work on the kicking leg. So we're going to start right now, going for a minute, trying to keep myself in the frame here to show you the exercise. And it will require a little extra balance. So if you need to hold on to something, totally fine. Keep reaching that leg back when you balance. And it doesn't have to be a very big move. You can even keep it really small so that foot is close to the ground. Same thing. Even though the torso leans forward, shoulders stay back, keeping pressure out into the band when both feet are down. So keep going, but when both feet are down and you go into your squat, you want to keep pressure out into that band. And let's get one more each side. And rest. So you should feel a little extra work on the glutes because you're having this added resistance of the band. And even if you don't have the band, you should feel a little extra work there. So for the next set, we're going to come into a little bit of like a quarter squat here. Think about hips back slightly, shoulders back. So from a side angle, hips back, shoulders back. And what we're going to do here is just open out into the band now. So we're going to do this for a minute. Adding in the breath, exhaling out, inhaling back in. And a little pause when you press. So again, we're getting into the glutes. Keep going here. I'm going to turn back to a side view just to emphasize that neutral spine. So we're not rounding forward, we're not losing posture. Keeping the shoulders back throughout. Keep going. I'm going to go back to the front view. We have 20 seconds left. Good. Let's get 3 more in. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, next set, I'm going to utilize the couch. And we're going to start by placing the shoulder blades against the couch. And we're going to be doing some bridges. So you can do bridges on your back with your feet on the ground, feet elevated. This one, we're going to place the shoulder blades against the edge of the couch. Walk the feet forward. Feet are about hip distance apart. Keep the chin knotted. And then we're going to bridge up and down. So got the time going here. Again, we're going to go for a minute. Keeping pressure out into the band. I have a good baby bump rest here for my hands. You can take hands across the chest. You can even take arms out to the side. Whatever feels best. So keeping the chin knotted actually helps overextension of the low back. If you put your head back, you're putting a lot of arch on the back. So 1, you could be potentially putting too much strain on the back, and 2, you might be taking the glutes out of this exercise when this is a huge glute exercise, keeping pressure out into that band. 10 seconds left. Get your last one in. Lift and hold it. We're going to open out 10 times just for fun. And place the hips down. Okay, that is a good transition on to the mat. And I actually want to take the band off just to give the glutes a little bit of reprieve there. And I'm going to scoot away from the camera here and come onto my side. We are going to use this again, but we're going to do one set without it. So for this set, you're going to come all the way onto your side, create a little bit of space between that bottom waist and the ground, and then we're going to extend the top leg out. You're going to point and flex the point the toes as you lift, and then flex as you lower back down. So from the foot, you're going to point and lift, and flex and lower back down. So I like this exercise just to work a little bit of range of motion after we've been a little bit restricted with the band, because the band does force you to keep that engagement. It does limit the range of motion a little bit. Just going to do about 5 more here. 3, 2, 1 more. Lower back down, and we'll switch sides. So we will do that same thing on the other side, get a little range of motion for that opposite leg, and then we'll add the band back in. So prop your head up, place it down, little space underneath the bottom waist. I'm angling my body so I have space behind the couch here. Point and lift, flex and lower. So we're going to just do about 10 of these. And when you lift, you'll notice you can lift really high if you let that bottom waist collapse. But if you try to keep a little space, you won't be able to lift as high. That's okay. You're going to get a little more activation to the glutes. 4 more here. One more. And lower back down. Okay, we're going to do a quick stretch. Maybe just even like 10, 15 seconds each side. You can lay on your back. I'm going to do a modified version here where I come down into my forearms, crossing over my ankle over the knee, and just holding it here. And switch. Think of pressing your knee away from you to get a little deeper stretch. And then release that stretch. Okay, back to the band. Again, you do not need the band for this next set of exercises. It just provides a little extra resistance. Okay, so this time we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Set the shoulders over the wrists, and then knees are about hip distance apart with a little pressure out to the band. First set here, just going to press up and lower back down. Let me give a side view here. If you don't have the band, you'll probably be able to go higher. And we're going 30 seconds here. If you don't have the band, you'll probably be able to go higher. What I don't want is for you to overarch the back. Again, all that does is put strain on the back and take emphasis out of the glutes and core. 10 seconds left here. Keep that knee 90 degrees, heel towards the ceiling. And then we're going to go out to the side. So I'll start with the side view. Let's open out to the side, 30 seconds, opening out. Good, can't really see there, keep going. Just going to change my view here, or my angle. And again, if I didn't have the band, I could probably go a lot further, but this is creating a little added resistance, not allowing me to go as high. 5 seconds. Okay, we're going to switch sides, so I'm just going to flip around so you can see the opposite side. Back to 30 seconds of each. Exhaling up. Inhale to lower back down. And this one, if you try to press too high, the band will probably roll out of position. Good, so again, heel up. Here it should be 90 degrees, that knee. Under 10 seconds. Get your last one in and lower back down. We're going to go to the side angle now, 30 seconds, opening out and lowering. Good, keep going here. I'm going to switch my angle a little bit so you can see. Get your last one in and relax. Okay, let's bring this back up into a standing position with the band. And even if you have the band and it just starts to feel too tight, start to fatigue, you can alternate between using it and not with this workout. For this next one, I would like you to hold on to something, a chair, a piece of furniture, a wall, and we're going to do a side leg series here. I think I'll alternate between the two. So again, 30 seconds. We're going to start opening out. Exhaling out, inhaling to come back in. Keep going here. I'm just going to turn my angle a little bit so you can see. So your stabilizing leg is working quite a bit here. Okay, let's switch. Opposite side, opening out. And again, on this one, it's not one where you want to lean to the side. You might have a little bit of an angle, but you're trying to stay fairly upright throughout the movement. Getting work on that with the mini band, but also your supporting leg is working a lot too, especially on the second set. Get your last one in and lower back down. We're going to switch again. This time we're going to have a slight angle back. So instead of going out to the side, I want you to imagine you're standing in a square and you're pressing to the back corner. And this one I really feel my supporting leg doing a lot of the work, which is fine. Just don't be surprised if you feel this one on some more than this one. 10 seconds. Get your last one in. and switch. Okay, next side, pressing back. So you're in your square, your imaginary square, and you are pressing back to that back corner. Not straight back, not out to the side, somewhere in between here. And under 10 seconds here. And rest. Okay, while we're standing, we're going to do one more minute of squats with the band. Then we're going to make our way down onto the mat to finish. Okay, so one more set of squats starting now. We're going to go for a minute. Pressure out into the band as you sit down. Let's add in a breath pattern. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Good, keep going here. I'm just going to give a little more of a side view. Pressing out into that band. We're halfway done. And 10 seconds left. Last one, and stand to the top. Okay, we are going to keep the band on. I am going to do a little adjustment. And this will be the last series we will do. Okay, just kidding, still above the knees. Okay, let's come back down to that side lying series. And find your little space in the waist. We're going to do clam. Head, hips, and feet are in line. And you're only opening up as high as you can without rocking back. And we are just over halfway done. Get your last one in. Lower back down. Now you're going to extend the leg out so the top knee is stacked on the bottom. And we're going to lift up and down. And even if the range of motion feels small, that's okay. Just trying to keep control with the band on the way up, and especially controlling it back down. We're going to get one more in and lower back down. Going to switch sides. You can roll over or flip around. And 30 seconds. Going into clam. I'm slowing the pace down just a little bit, but go at a pace that works for you. Right now I'm just matching the movement to the breath, so I'm exhaling up, inhaling to lower. Get your last one in. And then from here, extend that top leg out. Top leg stacks on the bottom. Exhale to lift. Inhale back down. Sometimes it's kind of nice to do timed sets instead of just counting a certain number of reps. Adds a little variety, and you can always make it more challenging by adding 10-15 seconds to each movement. Get your last one in and lower back down. And that is the workout. If you have the time, you can go through that again. It's a very glute dominant workout, so you'll feel a lot of work in the glutes. Definitely got some work in the hamstrings and quads as well. Like I said, with or without the mini band, it just adds a little bit of resistance. So thanks for watching, and I hope you had a good workout.